The next storyteller that we have today is truly a legend. How many of you have heard of Lottie the Body? If you were in a club in Detroit and Lottie was there, you knew you were in the right place. If you were watching on television and you heard Red Fox talk about his time in Detroit and Lottie, you knew who he was talking about. Lottie is an icon, but Lottie is part of us and part of our culture. And so I'm going to ask Lottie, who knew an entirely different perspective of Mary Young, to come to the stage.
Thank you. Oh my God, that is so beautiful. And I love you. Let's give these fantastic musicians a wonderful hand. I've had the pleasure of working with some of them, especially Ralph. I think he's great. He's pretty good at lying, too. Ladies and gentlemen, you're so wonderful to be here in this beautiful city of love because of a genius that loved each and every one of us. See, mine is going out for the young people, all of you young sweethearts that's here. Let me give you a little bit about the man. He not only cursed, but he loved jazz, blues. He loved any type of music. For a matter of fact, Ralph, the last time we worked together, and Coleman was there, right? Yeah. Hey, Dummy George. Yeah. How many of you been to Dummy George? And I think he stayed there and had fun with his sister. And I had the opportunity of meeting him, Reggie Alexander. And we became very great friends. Wherever I performed, whenever I come into this great city, we get on the phone and yak. And he could play some bit whist. And what made me angry about the bastard, he would slap that card up on his forehead because he done ran a Boston on me. And he'd say, "Buddy, you can't shake that shit off, can you?" I loved him because he was so for real. Today you don't meet for real people. They tell you one thing and you go out the back door and tell somebody else something a little different. The reason you hear me, I don't know if you hear me coming through, I have asthma and COPD like the mayor. And this is my best friend. I had 2 hip replacements. And the first night is the first time I felt like doing a couple of steps. Thank you. Oh, thank you, baby. The opening of the show just took my heart. Wasn't it beautiful? Let's give them another big hand. And the organization, no other city in the United States has the things that Detroit has because of the mayor. He loved chitlins. We'd be up at Idlewild and Goose, he and Sweetwater Clifton, and a couple of other guys would come up and they would play baseball in front of the Paradise Club. How many of you have ever been to Idlewild, Michigan? Oh my God, the good days. It's the good days of my life. And he would, the girls, the chorus line, he loved to play with the chorus line, They would hit that ball, we played softball. And the mayor hit that ball in the woods, and he said, I'm gonna take my ass in there and get me a cold drink. And they would be in there having a drink, treating one another, while we were looking for the ball in the woods. And when the show was over, Ziggy, Dr. Bennett, and a whole gang of us, they come over to where we were staying, because Goose always rent a nice big place so everybody could come and we play cards. And you know what? Ziggy Johnson, I don't know if any of you here knew Ziggy Johnson. Great, great MC and dancer. And that was his main man. And when all the shows would come down Idlewild, they would be out there in the woods, and we'd be partying all night long. We went to the after-hour joint, Coleman, myself, Goose, Sweetwater Clifton. And they had one sheriff up there, okay, for us. So we're in there partying. I mean, we were drinking. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning. All of a sudden, it says it's a raid. And so I guess how I got out. I went out the window because I was small, built like a brick shed house. So when I got outside, I said, "Ooh, what's going on in there?" And they said, they actually had it in the paper, in the Free Press, that the colored place in our colored was raided, and the mayor was there. So, I mean, so many things, but we had so much fun in those days when I would come. I'd love to come to Detroit because the people were warm. This is the only city we could just stop these little bastards killing the children and raping seniors. You see, they can rape me, they get nothing anyway. That I gave away, I'm buying it back. You know what I'm talking about. And I don't know why you're laughing at him. I know some of the rest of you in here. There were things that we did with the mayor. He loved you. I'm going to tell you, Sonny Wilson, the mayor, got Sonny and I, and had us to do like Thanksgiving. Sponsors, down Barton was sponsors. And we give turkeys and all the sit-ins to go with it for Thanksgiving. I miss them. I don't want to join them. But I want to find somebody else to keep the line going. You're so wonderful. Let's give one another a nice round of applause and say hello. And while you're using those hands to applaud, don't forget to use them to vote. That's right. It's a heck of a time. I only wish the mayor was alive today. And he'd have everybody going. But he has a lovely son. God bless him. I hope that he'll be able to carry on some of the things that his father did. But no one could ever walk like our mayor, Coleman, Ellis, and Young. Thank you.